Welcome back. Let's get you an exclusive conversation now. Parikshit Luthra caught up with Tata Power's MD and CEO Praveer Sinha. Mr. Sinha went on to say they expect an 8 to 9% growth in power and energy demand during peak summer season this year. He also added that the great capex focus will be on renewable energy. Listen in to that conversation.
Like last year, or in fact last 2 years, the demand of power has been growing up. We have seen nearly 8 to 9% of growth in last 2 consecutive years, and this year also, both in terms of energy as well as peak power, we expect the growth will be about 8 to 9%. The summer has just started, and with the prediction that there will be a heat wave, I think everyone is gearing up to meet the future requirement. This year, the expectation is that we'll have about 260 gigawatt of peak power. Last year was 243, and the year previous was about 220. So I think you are seeing a huge growth in demand. Both in terms of energy also, there is expectation of about nearly 8 to 9% growth. I think we are all geared up for this. Government has taken huge steps. Section 11 has been imposed. That means all the imported coal and other plants also have to run at full capacity, and we are very confident of meeting the requirement.
Right. Now, in terms of the growth for Tata Power, how do you expect to finish fiscal year 25, and what is the outlook for the year ahead?
So, Tata Power in last
Fiscal year 24 and looking ahead to 25.
Yeah. I think Tata Power has been very consistent in its performance. Last 17 quarters we've done exceedingly well, and we expect that this trend will continue in future also. All our businesses are doing well. Our existing generation, transmission, distribution and renewable also has started pumping in, and you would only see improvement in performance as we move on. Some of our new investments that we did in Odisha and discom, the results will start coming this year and more so in next year. We'll also see some of our transmission projects getting implemented in FY25, and the results of that we will start seeing from FY25 onwards. Our renewable business, all our business, including our manufacturing, the new plant, this module plant has been commissioned and is operating at full capacity, and the cell plant will get operational in June. So I think all our businesses will start giving full results in FY25. FY24, the trend will continue as we have seen in the first 3 quarters. And I do expect that you will see very good sustained performance from Tata Power going forward.
Right. Now, in terms of deploying further capex, which are the areas which excite you the most, and where will we see the focus of capex in FY25?
So our capex is divided between all our existing business, but more focus is on renewable. Our new manufacturing plant where we have, which we have set up, the full capex will be completed over there, whatever is left out in the previous year. We will also see some of our utility scale projects and group captive projects coming up next year. And also we will start construction activity in our pumped hydro project. And the whole purpose is that how eventually we start giving 24/7 clean power solutions to our customer, whether they are utilities or they are our individual CNI customers. And our focus on investment in future will be to develop more of 24/7 renewable power solutions rather than just setting up standalone solar or wind projects.
Right. Now, speaking about the forum where you are, India-US energy collaboration, what next steps can this partnership take to provide not just for India, but for the United States and for the world?
I think this is a great opportunity for us to work with US companies, US institutions, research labs, of how do we meet the future requirement of power, especially when we are talking of decarbonization and also talking of the energy transition. And the 3 big aspects is that we need to ensure that the decarbonization of the hard-to-abate industries in terms of carbon capture, utilization, and storage takes place. New technologies in solar manufacturing, in storage battery solutions, new chemistries for that, and then some of the newer technologies in terms of how we can do cost-effective SMRs, the small modular reactors for nuclear power plants. How can we get some cost-effective solutions in alternate technologies such as nuclear fusion? So those are some of the areas that we need to work. How do we simulate studies to see that like it has been done in LA 100, which talks of 100% net energy by 2035. How do we simulate certain studies for India so that we have a Delhi 100 or a Mumbai 100 or a Bangalore 100, so that we develop scenarios whereby in maybe 2040 or 2045 we can transition to clean energy solutions in these cities.
So the government has come up with a number of incentive schemes for renewable energy, but if there were certain reforms or certain asks that you would have from the next government after the election to speed up our energy transition, what would that one key reform or intervention from the government be?
I think that there are a whole lot of initiatives that the government has taken, but the speed at which we have to set up the projects has to get enhanced. And then the process of land acquisition, the process of getting transmission corridors and transmission evacuation, some of those aspects needs further improvement. Similarly, some of the regulatory aspects whereby decision taking can happen much faster. So I think while the reforms are there and directionally they are in the right direction, what is important is that the speed of implementation has to be fast.
Interesting conversation.